We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the SP 500 index, continuing to break through key resistance levels. And in today's volatility, our SPY bot at 10:45 a.m. sent out a bull indicator. And from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 500% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see, they're popping up within the screen, within the options chain. Some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, continuing to break through key resistance levels. And I'm going to share with you guys the key levels I would watch going into next week and what is going on with the inflow versus outflow and bull and bear indicators. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run of the day was from our Tesla bot. Our Tesla bot sent out a bull indicator at 9:35 a.m. And from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with the SPY doing a full transition from the dip area of white with red borders to multiple rip areas of bright green bars after transitioning down from bright green bars in the last few days. Earlier in the weekend in the second half, bringing itself back up on 42 vision. Now, if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY under a bull indicator since yesterday at around the 418 area, and inflows crossing back over. And in today's volatility, as those outflows were sitting sideways, they never crossed downwards in today's pre-market. It stayed above, and at the opening bell, it went from red to green, pulled up higher, and hit highs here of inflows of 5.28, higher than yesterday's at around 4.4, 4.3, and the resistance levels continue to get tested and broken through, right? It broke through the 424, 425 area and has reached highs here of 428.50. Now, we need to talk about what key levels to watch going into next week. And the first thing is we are under a bull indicator since yesterday at around the 418 area, and inflows have been above since yesterday. But today in the second half, going into the after hours, and this slowdown here at around the 427, 428 area, outflows have began and they're pushing downwards, right? sitting here at inflows of 1.64 while they're red. And if it were to continue and cross to the downside, that could quickly start to reflect into these charts, possibly canceling out this bull indicator with a possible bear indicator. Something to not overlook and miss here. I would not ignore this. This is going to be crucial. This is going to be critical going into next week. And it's not just the 30-minute. We also have here the 15-minute within the volatility with outflows now crossing over, right? Yesterday, they were red, but they were above the midpoint as you see it there. They were red and above. And now today, they are below and negative 0.55. So something to not ignore there. And it's still under a bull indicator here since the 418, 417 area, and a full transition from the dip area to the rip area happened yesterday. And it continued bright green with strength in today's volatility on the 15-minute chart. But in this divergence, as things continued going up and slowed down here in this tight consolidation between 427 and 428 area, outflows have been happening, and now they have crossed in the volatility of the 15-minute, and I'll be watching that very carefully, and I would not ignore this, because if it pulls down even lower, it could quickly start to reflect into these charts, canceling the bull indicator from yesterday with a possible bear indicator. So that's going to be something to not overlook and miss here on the shorter time frame of the 15-minute. Now, when we zoom out and look at this from the 1 hour, we could go ahead and see here that the SPY is under a bull indicator since yesterday at around the 418.25 area. Inflows crossed over and they've stayed above since yesterday, right? A slight red inflow versus outflow here, but inflows were dominating in the pre-market, and it switched from red to green and continued pushing upwards, reaching highs here of about 6.86. Now live here as I'm doing this video, it seems like in this slowdown that outflows have began. Now it has not confirmed, but in the next few minutes, if this continues pulling downwards, it could actually end up confirming that outflows are beginning on the inflow versus outflow of the 1 hour. Now, the reason why things have not collapsed completely is because of the fact that these outflows need to cross the midpoint to have a more significant impact. So it's still at inflows of 5.77, but it is beginning to switch from green to red as I'm doing this video. It was green sitting sideways and flat, and right now it is showing that outflows seem to start to begin in this tight consolidation here in the after hours. So that's going to be something to not ignore, especially if that strength rolls over into the 30-minute and 15-minute, pulling them downwards, right? And here we have it, the 30-minute sitting sideways at 1.64. And I'm going to share with you guys the key levels I would watch going into next week. So the first thing is support, guys. Support is going to be crucial if these outflows cross over, not just here on the 30-minute, but also here on the 15-minute, pulling downwards even further. It's going to be crucial and critical to not ignore the first support. Now, we're going to zoom back in just a moment, but on the 15-minute, it is trying to bring these inflows back up. If you go back in the video, in the live action, this was red, sitting sideways, and it seems like in the volatility, it's trying to pick up, and it still has 3 more minutes to go to close and confirm. But let's zoom back out here to the 30-minute, and if these outflows continue on the 15-minute and roll over into the 30-minute, pulling it downwards, the first support is 425, guys. If that gets broken through, the next support I'll be watching is 423, and then comes the 420 area. Now, to the upside, if these inflows can continue and these bull indicators continue to hold strong from way down here at around 418 area on the 15-minute and 30-minute, we want to see these inflows come back up on the 15-minute in the volatility to start reflecting that strength into these charts and eventually roll over that strength into the 30-minute and switch these inflows from red to green, pulling away from the midpoint to the upside and continuing to push up and holding up the 1 hour inflows above the midpoint and continuing that staircase effect. Well, the first resistance to the upside is going to be 428.50. That was the rejection up here of the day. It struggled to get above it. The highest that it got was 428.70. And if that gets broken through, the next resistance I'll be watching is 430. And then comes the 433 to 435 area. And we'll have to reassess and see what's going on with the inflow versus outflow and bull and bear indicators at those levels. So these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The inflow versus outflow is going to be crucial here as it is above on the 1 hour and 30 minute, and it's trying to come back up on the 15 minute, but it has not crossed over. So we want to see that crossover to start justifying any further strength to the upside and rolling over that strength into the 30 minute and 1 hour charts as well. And I'll be watching the bull and bear indicators very carefully. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.